Cody Rice. Rice, he's got an opening. Rice, he could go all the way. He's got one man to beat.
Chase Becker spins, hangs, complete. Broughton breaks through. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux. The Sioux strike first.
It used to be
on the road. Conquers back on top as Region 8 champions.
That's Ben Henig. Henig with a load of steam, and he bowls over.
One as Blake Burnstrom looks to go. Blake Burnstrom floating in midair for two.
Backdoor cut. Cheryl Hayes off the glass for two. There is Nesham. Wow, look at that shot by Addison Nesham. She's putting on a show. You think her heart is pounding? No way. The Lusitania Buffalo Bombers are headed to the state.
Quarter, 3 seconds, Simiano. No. Put back, no. The Killdeer Cowboys survive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
GameDay Media, LLP does not own the rights to the background music of this live stream. All rights belong to the music owners. No copyright infringement intended.
Today's GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, Attorneys at Law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, Mackenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, Schriefer Red Angus, BNC National Bank, NCC,
Hello and welcome to Hazen High School, the home of the Bison, as we check in on the very last seconds of this junior varsity game. It's been very hotly contested and a close game. The Wolves are making a comeback. We'll see if they're able to pull it off. It doesn't look like it now as they trail by 18, but the Hazen Bison and Watford City Wolves varsity teams are waiting in the wings, and it's going to be a great matchup here in Region 4, Division A girls basketball tonight. This one is likely for the #1 seed in the region. Of course, both teams still have some more games left on their schedule before that is completely finalized, but whoever wins tonight will certainly be in the driver's seat to take that region regular season title. It's a rematch of a game that was played in the Rough Riders Center just under a month ago. That one was won by the Hazen Bison. Hazen got the win in Watford City, 48-40. Watford City will try to get some revenge here on Hazen's home floor tonight. If the Wolves are able to do that, they would move their record to 8-1 in the region, and in doing so, give Hazen their first loss in region play and also their first loss in the calendar year of 2026. Hazen has been on quite a run. They are 15-1 overall, a perfect 10-0 in Region 4, and they come in on a 9-game winning streak. There are the Bison as they make their way onto the floor, coached by head coach Patty Mossett. And they are a very good team. They have the best defense in Division A girls basketball. They come in scoring 55 points per game and only giving up 35 points per game so far on this season. And there come the Watford City Wolves making their way onto the floor. Watford City checks in with an overall record of 12-4. The Watford City Wolves are 7-1 in region play, and they come in on a 4-game winning streak. Watford City averaging 58.3 points per game, and they give up on average 48.4 points per game. So the Wolves are about plus 10 in their point differential so far this year, while Hazen currently stands at plus 20. And once again, they own the best point differential, or best defensive stand so far this year with that 35 points per game. Very impressive. A couple of stats there from the Hazen Bison. They are currently ranked number 4 in the state. Ross Sundin is with us as well. He's going to be visiting with the head coaches, and he'll have those coaches' comments in just a few moments. But Ross, before we get to the coaches, what are you thinking here tonight? Should be a fun one here this evening.
Well, it's definitely a battle of the Titans in Region 4, if there are any Titans. It's, as you know, Titus, Hazen number 1 right now, Watford City number 2, but that could easily be mixed up. Hazen's won some close games. Watford City's lost some close games. So it'll be interesting to see the night unfold.
Yes, it certainly will be. We are going to step aside here on our Hagen Equipment pregame show, and we'll be back. Ross is going to catch up with the coaches, Patty Mossett of Hazen and Tom Dwyer of Watford City. We'll be back with more of your Hagen Equipment pregame show right after this.
Hey, Dad, will you check the cows?
Use this instead, Grandpa. The cows look fine, Dad.
In my day, we had to sleep in the barn to check the cows.
Combining tradition and technology, respecting the past, while embracing the future. RTC Networks.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show. Ross Sundin is down on the court. He has caught up with Hazen head coach Patty Mossett for our Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company. Coach's comments. Ross, take it away.
Thank you, Titus. In fact, I am down on the floor with Patty Mossett. Patty, you bring the, you've been 9-0 since December coming into tonight's game. Last time Hazen played Watford City in Watford City, I think it was 48-40. Tell me what you look for tonight.
Well, I expect it to be close again. I would imagine this is going to be a battle very similar to the last. You know, we match up quite well as far as the guards are concerned. Watford has, you know, some small, quick guards. Got a little more height than we do. You know, we round our post up to 5'7", but I think she's probably closer to 5'5", 5'4" maybe. So we give up a little height in the post area. You know, we're just going to have to, you know, take care of the ball, move the ball well, do the things that we do, and hope that that we can make up for that lack of height, you know, and be able to help get some help defense to cover on that. And I expect it to be very similar to the last time, and the time before that, and the time before that, and you know.
It has become kind of a rivalry between Hazen and Watford City, and I remember a few games here going back to the Allison Opp days, actually, so yeah. That probably dates me a little bit. Tell me about your defense. I mean, I call it, you know, Hazen's defensive identity. I mean, you guys have really been strong all year. I think you're number 1 in the state, holding your opponents to 35 points a game. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Well, we take a lot of pride in that, you know. That was one of the things when this these girls that are now juniors and seniors started, they were playing really young. And at that time, you know, we just didn't have all the tools to score, so we had to keep opponents held to to a point range that we could compete. So our defense was kind of what we focused on for the first year or two that I was coaching. And so it's kind of, now become a kind of a source of pride, that we can play really good defense. And even when we have a bad night shooting, you never have a bad night rebounding and never have a bad night of defense. That's kind of our motto. So, I don't know, and the girls have fun with it. They're really liking playing the defense, and this is the first year we've ever had a press, so they're just kind of having some fun with it.
Well, I'll tell you, I've enjoyed watching your girls. They're a gritty group. You guys have come from behind late in some games and come out on top. I don't expect to see anything different tonight, so I'm wishing you the best luck.
All right, thank you. Thanks for coming down.
Back to you, Titus.
Awesome. Great job down there, Ross. Once again, these coaches' comments brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company. You can check them out at Cenex, The Twist 2.0, Hardware Hank, and Farmers Union. They're all under one roof. They've been serving the customers and the community of Watford City since 1929, and the surrounding community. They believe in community involvement, and they've supported numerous activities since the beginning. And I think Ross is ready to go with Watford City head coach Tom Dwyer. Ross, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Titus. Titus, I'm down here with Tom Dwyer. Tom, big matchup in Region 4 tonight. Watford City Hazen 1-2. Frankly, there's a real good balance in Region 4, so it could just about be anybody in those two positions. Tell me what you're looking for tonight.
Yeah, it should be a good game. I'm excited to see. It's kind of fun that we've changed from playing each other once a season to twice, home, right? So it'll be fun to see how, where both teams have kind of gone from the first time we played each other, and how much we've improved and any adjustments we're going to make. So I'm looking forward to it.
Tom, you had a real special week this past week. I think Bailey Madsen got her 1,000th point for the Wolves. She seems like a real special young lady. Care to comment on her?
Yeah. First of all, it's been really fun to coach Bailey 6 years, because I called her up as a 7th grader. And it's been really fun just to see her develop both as a player and a person. This senior year, she's really developed as a leader. Her mindset, her mentality, she's always cheering on her teammates. She's, just doing little things like saying, hey, I want to guard the other team's best player. And I've been really impressed with her mental approach to the game this year. So I think that's made a big jump for our team this year.
I just echo your sentiments. She seems like a real special player, a good student athlete. I have a question for you regarding your last game in Watford City. It's 48-40 Hazen Bison. Hazen came out, strong defensive presence. I don't expect we'll see anything different tonight. Have you had to do anything special to prepare for that?
No. It's something that we kind of struggled for a little stretch there of not making the extra pass. So we've kind of continued to talk about that's what we need to do to really set us apart. And I think that will happen tonight. Tonight, Hazen, one thing they like to do is they do like to take away all layups, right? So they're going to be, quick on rotations. They're going to be making sure that if we drive, right, they're going to send help right away, early help, right? So we just got to make sure that we make an extra pass. Maybe we find a better shot instead of trying to rush that, a shot that, sometimes we take shots when we're getting double teamed, and, we just need to make an extra pass. We have 5, 7 girls that can score, right? Who's more open, what's the next best shot, and hopefully that makes a difference.
Last question for you, Tom. Last time you played, I believe Amelia Wisness was injured. Is she healthy and back in the lineup tonight?
Yeah, she is. Yep. So it'll be good to have Amelia back. Yeah.
Very good. Good luck to you tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Titus, back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Ross. Great words down there from both head coaches. We want to thank both Patty Mossett and Tom Dwyer for visiting with us here during our Hagen Equipment pregame show. When we come back, we're going to take a look at a couple of spotlight players, and we'll also take a look at the latest poll in girls basketball and take a look at this weekly schedule. Lots going on GameDay Media this week. I know Randy has already gotten started with his game, so you can switch back and forth between us here, Division B and Division A, as we are going to have a whole lot of fun here this evening on GameDay Media. We're back with more on your Hagen Equipment pregame show right after this.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City. your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealers. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment. Work ready, field proven.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show. It's time for our TNT measurement spotlight players of the ball game. We're going to start on the Watford City side. TNT Measurements has been serving and supporting the oil and gas industry for over 25 years, focusing on oil and gas measurement. When you want it measured right, contact TNT Measurements. For the Wolves, it's Bailey Matson, 14.4 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 2.5 steals per game, over 70% from the free throw line, made 28 threes so far this year. That's just this year. As you mentioned in your coach's comments there, Ross, she has scored 1,000 points and such an illustrious career. She is committed to go to Williston State to continue her basketball career, and she's just been a special player. And she has a few more things that she wants to accomplish here towards the end of this season, but no doubt already an incredible career.
It's amazing. You know, we heard from Coach Dwyer, moved her up as a 7th grader. Obviously saw some potential, and she's really blossomed and matured over the course of that time. I really like her composure on the floor. I think she's become a very quiet leader, and when she goes off, she goes off.
Yes, that is for sure. Now we're going to switch over to the Hazen Bison side of things and put the spotlight on Macy Vanenwagen. Macy is a junior. She's listed at 5'7", and she can do a little bit of everything for this Hazen team. She averages 13 points, 9.6 rebounds per game, 3.6 assists, and 3.4 steals per game. Lauren Dahl is their leading scorer, but Macy Vanenwagen right behind her, and she does a little bit of everything for this Hazen team. And she made a big difference in the game that the Wolves and Bison played earlier this year, and we expect her to have a big impact on this game as well tonight.
There's another young lady who really plays well in her role in space. You know, when I watch her play, she's so patient. Sometimes I wonder if in her youth if she wasn't playing down at the post. She's a look-to-pass first player, and when she wants to shoot, she shoots the ball well.
Yes, that is right. So, a couple of players to keep our eyes on here this evening, but There are a lot of good players throughout both of these rosters. And why don't we take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Patriot Fuels, conveniently located between Alexander and Williston. And here are your starters for tonight. We're going to step aside here, take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with our starters, our polls, and our schedule. You're watching Game Day Media.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But like, maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But like, maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But like, maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show. Now we're going to take a look at those starting lineups, brought to you by Patriot Fuels, conveniently located between Alexander and Watford City. And Ross, it's the exact same starting five for both teams that we had when we saw this matchup back in Watford. The sophomores, Annabelle Bond and Harley Jacobson for the Wolves, and then the three seniors, Logan, Hannah, Bailey Matson, and Miley Roan. For head coach Tom Dwyer, his assistants Pat Wegeneck, Sydney Headings, Riley Fowler, and Trini Morgan. For the Hazen Bison, four juniors and a senior. The lone senior is Ava Jungers. Ava's a 5'7" senior. And then they're all listed at 5'7", every single one of these juniors. Miranda Mossett, Macy Vandenwagen, Lauren Dahl, and Emily Keller. Starting lineup for head coach Patty Mossett. She is assisted by Zach Huber and Tasha McConnell. Lots of familiar names there on both sides.
There are a lot of familiar names. We heard from Patty Mossett. It looks like a 5'7" lineup on paper, but I'm not sure it is when you play the tail of the tape.
Yes. Yep. While we have a second, let's take a look at the Division A girls basketball poll. And these are brought to you by Prairie Home Furnishings in Stanley. You can check them out on Facebook. South Prairie Max staying at number one there. Just one loss on the year. Very first game of the year that they lost to Carrington. And then it's Thompson at 2, Valley City 3. These very Hazen Bison right up there at number 4. And Carrington has cracked the top 5. They are right at number 5 with a 10-3 record. Currently receiving votes, but not quite enough to make the top 5, is Turtle Mountain and Kindred. Ross, there's some good teams.
Boy, there sure are.
State.
It's interesting to see that the top 7-8 teams really haven't changed all that much during the course of the year, other than they just kind of jockey around in the poll. So I think what we're seeing across the whole state in Class A is there's really good balance, except in my assessment, South Prairie shines.
They do. They certainly do. We might be getting an early start here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bison Arena. Tonight's Region 4 basketball matchup between the Watford City Wolves.
At this time, we're going to toss it down to our PA announcer for the pre.
For Scholars Games Coach Challenge sponsor is Western Frontier Insurance. Western Frontier is here to service your home, farm, auto, and business insurance needs. Stop into any of our 5 offices to get a quote. At this time, we would ask that you all rise, remove your hats, place your hand over your hearts for the playing of our national anthem. One of the goals of high school athletics is learning a lifetime of values. Sportsmanship is one such value that makes these games an educational experience. Cheer for your team, refrain from cheering against the opponent, and remember to be a good sport. And now for your visitors on the scoreboard, let's welcome the Wolves. Starting at a guard, 5'5" sophomore, number 1, Annabelle Vaughn. At guard, a 5'5" sophomore, number 3, Harley Jacobson. At forward, a 5'5" senior, number 5, Logan Hannah. At forward, a 5'9" senior, number 10, Bailey Matson. And at center, for the Wolves, a 5'10" senior, number 40, Miley Rowe. The Wolves are coached by Thomas Dwyer, Patrick Wagner, Sydney Headings, Riley Fowler, and Trini Morgan. Tonight we will have the Union Bank Dice giveaway at the end of the first quarter. If you happen to catch one of the green basketballs during the lineups, at the end of the first quarter, please go towards the stage to try to win some money from the Union Bank. Tonight's Hazen minis are Blair Sitz, a 4th grader, Annika Anderson, a 5th grader, Ella Roche, a 5th grader. The Junior Bison are sponsored by Western Frontier Insurance and South Shore Physical Therapy. And now, your hometown Hazen Bison. Starting at a guard, at 5'7", junior, number 2, Miranda Muscle. At guard, a 5'7", junior, number 3, Macy Van Wagen. At guard, a 5'7", junior, number 10, Lauren Zoll. At guard, a 5'7", junior, number 20, Allie Keller. And at center, for your Bison, a 5'7", senior, number 12, Ava Junger. The Bison are coached by Patty Monster, assisted by Zach Weaver and Tasha McConnell. Your officials for tonight's matchup, Randy McKay, Lyle Kruger, and the Colonel, Trey Lingus. Wolves fans, are you ready? Bison fans, are you ready?
Let's play ball. Ross, I'm fired up. Are you?
Oh, I sure am. This is a full house. We got a lot of Hazen Bison here. We got a lot of Watford City Wolves fans. It's going to be a fun night.
Yes, and Macy Vanenwagen wins the opening tip, and Hazen will get the first possession of this ball game, moving right to left as you watch on your screen in their home whites. And a turnover as they step on the baseline there. And it is a turnover on the opening possession for Hazen. So Watford City will get the basketball here with Logan Hannah up top to Miley, trying to jump pass. It was tipped away and deflected and stolen. So both teams with a turnover on their first possession. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Hazen.
Great defensive hustle play by Harley Jacobson for the Wolves to break up that layup.
Almost another turnover, but Hazen able to maintain the possession. They get it in the corner, and a block, but a foul will be called with 7:21 to go in the first quarter. First foul of the game is going to go against Miley Rowe.
Well, you can see early that both teams are going to be tenacious on the defensive side of the ball.
First free throw is up and good, so Hazen strikes first with that opening free throw.
You know, my memory from Watford City game is that Hazen is pretty steady from the free throw line.
Yeah, and they're going to go right back to it, this time with Vanenwagen after Jungers split a pair. Now it'll be Vanenwagen on the line for 2 as Bailey Matson picks up a foul. 2 fouls against the Wolves in the first 50 seconds of the game.
Vanenwagen, our spotlight player, really making a nice offensive move under the basket, picking the foul up.
7:17 left to go in the first quarter. Hazen up 2-0 as the second free throw is also good. Here come the Wolves. Ross, what do you hope to see from Watford City if you're a Watford City fan on the offensive end here tonight?
Well, if Watford City ends up on the free throw line, I hope that they've improved their percentage from the time that these two met in Watford. Watford City was 5 for 15 up in Watford City, and that's nothing to brag about.
Turnover there. We'll give the ball back to Hazen. So 2 turnovers against Watford City. 1 turnover against Hazen. Neither team has made a field goal yet, but Hazen is 3 for 4 from the free throw line so far in this first quarter. That pass almost out of bounds, saved by Dahl, and then eventually stolen by Matson. Up ahead, Harley. Jacobson, no. And the rebound controlled by Hazen. Vandenwagen into the front court. Bounces it over to Dahl. In the corner, gets it out to Jungers. Over now to Keller.
You know, as we watch this night unfold, I keep wondering who's going to step up for Hazen. They rely on Dahl and Vandenwagen quite a lot. But it's going to take more than those two tonight.
Yes, that is Vandenwagen with it right now. Here's Dahl. Lines up a 3. No. Rebound by Miley Rowe. Good rebound there for the Wolves. Annabelle Bond into the front court. Over to Logan. She'll launch a 3. Swish! Logan Hanna with a cornerstone bank 3-pointer. She averages 13 points per game. That is her 25th 3-pointer of the season. That puts the Wolves ahead, or tied at 3 apiece.
That's something we're going to have to watch tonight too. And that's, you know, last time these two met, Watford City really had a difficult time with Hazen's reach on their defense. And so if Watford City can get rolling early from the perimeter, I think that'll play to their hand.
So Logan picks up the foul, and they're going to send in a couple of subs. It's Amelia Wisness, the 5'9 senior, and Salil Shoemaker, the 5'8 sophomore, making their way in for Watford City. And that new lineup forces a turnover as they did not touch it. That's the 3rd turnover of the game against Hazen.
That's something we've seen from Watford City throughout the year. Coach Tom Dwyer likes to keep a rotation, keep his horses fresh.
This will be Annabelle Bond. Into the corner, Matson, long range 2 is good. Bailey's first points of the ball game, a long range 2. That puts the Wolves ahead 5-3. Dahl gets it over to Macy Vandenwagen. Up top, bounce pass over to Vandenwagen. That is Jungers. Jungers around now to the outside. Vandenwagen for 3. Yes, both teams with a 3-pointer. And it's a 6-5 Bison lead. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, there you see Vandenwagen. She doesn't look to shoot first, but when the opportunity is there, she can make it happen.
And Bailey Matson answers right back with a cornerstone bank 3 of her own. Both teams reigning in the 3-pointers right now. 8-6 Watford City. Bailey now with 5 points to lead the Wolves.
Well, if you're either Watford City or Hazen, you got to be excited about the shooting percentages right now. Both teams shooting the ball extremely well.
Absolutely. Isabel Smith will come into the game for the Hazen Bison in their home white uniforms tonight. Isabel Smith is a sophomore on a team loaded with juniors. She is a sophomore that gets some playing time. Annabelle Bond with the dribble for the Wolves. Annabelle averaging in double figures so far this season. In her sophomore year, she will drive to the left, and the finger roll is good. Boy, after the Wolves had a little turnover trouble to start with, their offenses look really good.
They did, and Annabelle Bond, nobody with a quicker first step than she. Great drive down the lane.
Here is Hazen as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Wolves with the lead. Here's a 3 from Dahl. No. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Isabel Smith, and it'll belong to Watford City. Brielle Selsley, another sophomore, checking in for Hazen. As Miranda Mossett gets a break. And Roan comes back in for Watford City. Jacobson Bond, Shoemaker, Roan, and Wisness on the floor for Watford City. And Ross, you mentioned it when you visited with head coach Dwyer of Watford City, how important it is for Watford City to have Wisness in this lineup when they didn't for the first matchup between these two.
It really makes a difference. She's a special player underneath. She does so many little things. I call them quiet things. When you watch her defensively, offensively, setting screens, she's a real asset on the floor for the Wolves.
Bond looking to inbound, gets it into Roan, who scores. Bond the assist, Roan the basket. Watford City up to a 6-point lead now on your NCC scoreboard, 12-6.
Beautiful shot by Miley Roan. You know, if you're comparing this game to last, she missed a lot of bunnies like that early on, and tonight that is not the case.
Long range three attempted by Van den Wagen off the mark. Rebound to Watford City. Wolves with the basketball in a 12-6 early lead in this one, as Bond finds Roan again. A little bit of a deflection there, and Hazen's defense stands tall and grabs the defensive rebound. Lauren Dahl passes on the left side to Isabel Smith. Back to Dahl, makes a difficult catch there, drives, has it stripped away. Shoemaker goes diving for it and gets the steal. 5th Hazen turnover in this first quarter.
One of my favorite players to watch, Shiloh Shoemaker, just a good hustle play.
Jacobson drives in, no foul. Looked like some contact there, but we play on. And we are going to have a timeout brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. 2:30 left to go in the first quarter. It's Watford City 12, Hazen 6. You're watching GameDay Media.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
Welcome back to Hazen. The Bison with the basketball. Watford City with a 12-6 lead. And what's the call here?
I'm not sure.
The Hazen fans were saying there was 6 players on the floor. I only see 5. There must have been, okay, there must have been an extra player on the floor coming out of that timeout. I didn't catch it. Hazen fans did, and apparently that's going to be a technical foul. So I did not see that. Ross, did you?
I didn't see it either. I don't think the officials did. They're just reacting to the crowd, but we've got a technical, and Hazen's going to go to the line.
Okay. So it'll be Macy Van den Wagen at the free throw line. She's a perfect 2 for 2 earlier in the game. She misses this first one here. I did not see that, and I was too slow on hitting the replay button. So, but we'll have to go back and watch it on the replay once this one is over. As Van den Wagen hits one of the 2 technical free throws there.
I would like to have been a fly in one of those huddles. You know, it's such a feverish pace right now, and I'm sure there's some discussion about pace and composure.
Van den Wagen with the dribble for Hazen against this Watford City defense. She's got it in the paint now, going around Matson, and she scores. Van den Wagen off to a great start in this first quarter, and she is the Bison within 3 now at 12-9.
She does not disappoint as our spotlight player of the game.
Bond takes a little contact, misses the foul, misses the shot. No foul called. Right now, 4 fouls against Watford City, none against Hazen, as that 3-point attempt is short from Emily Keller. Rebound out of bounds. It'll belong to Watford City. Lauren Dahl back into the lineup for Hazen as the Wolves try to add to their 3-point lead. Good start to this one as Bond trying to run the pick and roll with Matson. It's stolen, and that is 3rd turnover against Watford City. And Hazen finishes on the other end with Macy Van den Wagen. Shoemaker getting it to go in the paint. Salil with her first basket of the night.
There are a few people that are going to outwork Shoemaker underneath.
That ends a 5-0 run by Hazen as Roan deflects the pass, and it's stolen. Here comes Shoemaker. Off to the races, one-on-one with Dahl, and Lauren goes in there, takes it away, and forces the tie-up. Let's take a look at that on the RTC Network's instant replay.
Great hustle play by Lauren Dahl to get in front of Shoemaker and stop what should have been or could have been a go-away layup.
Yeah, two fast players right there, Lauren Dahl and Shoemaker running step for step on that play. So it'll be Hazen basketball with a 3-point deficit. They led by as many as 3 in the first quarter. In fact, they scored the first 3 points of the ball game. But since then, Watford City built as large as a 6-point lead. Right now it's at 3. And it looks like a foul is going to be called underneath as Roan ended up kind of landing on top of the Hazen player. And that'll be bonus free throws here with the 5th foul in this first quarter. 2.
A little surprised by that.
There is 5 fouls. So with the technical foul, yeah, I believe it's a bonus situation here. And I think they've caught that. So it'll be free throws here for Hazen. And it'll be Macy Vanenwagen at the line, trying to chip away at this 3-point deficit. Kind of a high scoring start for this first quarter here, Ross, when you look at 2 of the best defenses in the state.
I tell you what, this first quarter hasn't disappointed at all. It's a very fast-paced game, which I think in the end may favor Watford City.
Yeah.
But right now we've got a tight one.
Second free throw is good. Vanenwagen's great first quarter continues. She has 11 of her team's 12 first quarter points. Jacobson to Hannah, guarded by Lauren Dahl, backs it up into the midcourt circle. Keeping her dribble alive. Now will go behind her back. Bounces it into the corner. Jacobson unable to save it. That'll be the 5th turnover of the first quarter against the Wolves. The shot clock is turned off as Hazen will have it with a chance to tie it up with a 2 or take the lead with a 3 at the end of this tightly contested first quarter. Hannah gets a deflection. Shoemaker gets the steal. 7th turnover against Hazen. Now the Wolves with a chance to end the quarter with a buzzer beater. It'll be Hannah putting the floater up. It's good for 2. And that will be the end of an exciting first quarter of basketball. On your NCC scoreboard, it's Watford City 16, Hazen 12.
Nobody better than Logan Hannah with the floater in the lane.
That's right. Great first quarter in the books. Stick around. We'll be back with your second quarter right after this on Game Day Media.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
And welcome back to Hazen. Let's take this opportunity to thank some of our live read sponsors. Start with WCAG Church. Check us out on WCAG.church or in person in Watford City, Belfield, Kenmare, or Fairview, Montana. Service times right there on your screen. So I want to thank the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum, where pioneering spirit runs strong. They're open year-round Tuesday through Saturday on the west side of Watford City. And also the Wolf Pack Booster Club. The strength is in the pack. Check them out on Facebook. Just search Wolf Pack Booster Club and stay up to date on Watford City athletics and activities. Here's Matson with a quick 3 out of the quarter break. Too strong. Rebound by Miranda Mossett. Hazen quickly into the front court. Great hustle by Harley Jacobson to knock that pass away and out of bounds.
Great hustle play by Harley Jacobson coming out of nowhere really to break up a certain bunny.
And that's what she does. She hustles all game long. Three-pointer just short from Vandenwagen. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Mossett, and it'll belong to Watford City.
Well, I'm sure at the quarter break, Coach Tom was talking to his players about playing smart and watching the foul. They don't want to get into foul trouble like they did in Watford City.
Yes, both Roan and Matson fouled out in that early season matchup between these two. Hannah, dribble handoff to Jacobson. Harley stops at the free throw line, kicks it out to Wisness. Out of Matson. Bailey, left wing, Bond for three. That one's too strong. Harley hustles, but cannot run that one down. It'll go over to Hazen on the team rebound.
You know, that play may have resulted in a miss for Watford City, but I'm sure from Coach Dwyer's standpoint, he really liked to see the ball movement. They did a nice job of moving the ball around, looking for the open shot.
Been really impressed with Watford City's offense here, going against a Hazen defense that only allows 35 points per game on average. And Watford City able to put 16 up in that first quarter. Here's Keller on the drive, blocked from behind by Matson. Bailey gets the rebound herself. Watford City wants to run. Bailey stops. Elbow jumper off the mark. Too strong. Rebound, Macy Vandenwagen. Neither team has scored yet in this second quarter, as it was 16-12 after one, and it's still 16-12 after this Hazen turnover.
Yeah, I half expected the pace of play to settle down a little bit, but both of these teams really still getting after it here.
Yeah. Yep, fatigue may become a factor late in this game, but both of these teams in pretty good shape, especially considering how late in the season it is, as Bond will try another three. Too strong. After making 2 threes in the first quarter, Watford City has been off the mark on their long-range attempts as of late. Bond stole it, saved it back into the hands of Vandenwagen, who misses. Rebound. Going to result in a held ball. And Watford City timeout. So we will take the timeout as well. 6:13 left to go in quarter number 2. Watford City 16, Hazen 12. You're watching Game Day Media.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Taking a look at that Watford City huddle after that Shiloh Chavez and LPL financial timeout. A nice crowd has made the trip from Watford City. A huge crowd from Hazen is right here in front of us. It's the hottest ticket in Hazen, North Dakota tonight. Here, Ross. And
as it should be.
Yes. We are so excited to bring it to you for those of you that can't be here tonight. There is Hannah missing. Rebound by Shoemaker, and she puts it in for 2.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see this game unfold. I was talking to Coach Moss, and she talked about, the influenza bug that had hit the Hazen community, so she was hoping that all of her girls were well and healthy. It's seemingly so at this point, but if there is a little something laying around out there, you'll feel it later.
Mossett just missing the 3. Logan Hannah just missing the 3 for Watford City, so both teams trying a long-range 3 and coming up empty. Hazen eventually getting the defensive rebound and going back to work on offense. Here is Dahl kicking it out to Keller. Long 3, too strong. Rebound lands near the free throw line and run down by Vandenwagen. Second chance opportunity for Hazen. Vandenwagen guarded by Matson. Gets a screen, so she'll take a 3. Missed it. Rebound, Jacobson.
Jacobson, good position on that.
Harley racing into the front court, finds Shoemaker, who scores. It counts, and the foul. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
Shalil Shoemaker just continues to make hustle plays for the Wolves.
It's the first foul of the game called against Hazen, coming at the 5:06 mark of the second quarter. And it goes on Vandenwagen. Macy scored 11 points in that first quarter. Shoemaker misses the free throw. Rebound tipped around. Wisness runs it down. Extra possession for the Wolves. Madsen off balance, long range 2, just off the rim. Rebound grab by Emily Keller. Selsley ahead to Mossett, makes a one-handed catch, guarded by Logan. Hannah steps deep into the corner right in front of that Hazen student section. They haven't sat all night.
You can see that Hazen really wants to push the ball.
There's a three for Lauren Dahl. Her first points of the night. It's her 33rd three-pointer of the season. And that gets the Bison back to within 5. Hannah trying to answer back for the Wolves. Off the front rim, rebound by Brielle Selsley. Hannah thought that she had a steal, but a foul was called. She must have got that right hand on the Hazen player.
I think she was a little upset. She got pushed down after the play, and the ref didn't see it.
Yeah, no foul, just a ball out of bounds, so she felt like she was fouled. And so it will be Hazen basketball. Watford City with the 5-point lead. As Shoemaker dives for it. And Hannah runs it down. Oh, almost lost it. Gets it to Bond. And we play on. Lots of action there. And we played right through it. No whistle, no jump ball called. Here's Hannah finding Wisness underneath the basket. Extra pass out to Matson. To Bond. Good look at a three. It's good! Annabelle Bond with her 14th three-pointer of the season. Puts the Wolves up by 8. Watford City matching their largest lead of this game.
You can see Annabelle Bond just getting a little closer with each ensuing shot. Really made a nice straight, made a good hustle play down here too.
Yeah. Both teams leaving it all on the floor right there. And it'll be Logan Hannah on the floor with Amelia Wisness, Salil Shoemaker, Annabelle Bond, and Bailey Madsen. Lauren Dahl getting a break there. It'll be Isabel Smith, Macy Vandenwagen. As Hannah tries a floater, no. Rebound by Wisness. Another offensive rebound for the Wolves. Madsen drives, kicks to Hannah for 3, short. Rebound tipped by Wisness, run down by Vandenwagen. Her pocket is picked. Oh, nobody knew where the ball was. Hannah goes diving for it, and Selsley picks it up.
So many good hustle plays on both sides of the ball here.
Everybody's playing their hearts out here tonight. It's a fun one to watch. It's currently an 8-point lead for the Wolves. Mossett for 3 off the glass and good.
I heard her call it from here.
Yeah, the bank is open on this late Tuesday night as that drops to put Hazen back within 5. Here's Matson on the drive. Her shot is blocked. Oh, a collision underneath. And this one is physical to say the least. Jungers comes back into the lineup for Hazen. It'll be Watford City basketball. Annabelle Bond from the far sideline getting it in to Matson. Catch and shoot 3. A little bit too strong. Rebound to Hazen. 23-18. The Wolves have played with the lead for much of this first half. And Selsley comes out of that scrum with it. Long range 2 from Smith. Short rebound, Bailey Matson. 23-18. Matson trying to fix her hair as we got caught up during that last loose ball down there, and we continue to play on. It will be Hazen basketball after this dead ball.
Jacobson checks in for the Wolves. Keller check in for the Bison.
Both teams with some substitutions. Ross, these girls are playing hard out there this first half.
Boy, they're playing their hearts out on both sides of the ball. And it's a plenty physical game for certain. I'm glad to see the frustrations haven't boiled over.
Yeah, you can really tell that both of these teams know what's on the line here tonight, as they're going to call a foul against Matson. I thought maybe Wisness. Interesting. So that will be Bailey's second personal. First foul of the quarter against Watford City after 5 in that first quarter.
I thought the travel might have boded well for the Wolves in that situation.
Yeah, there was some feet that got tangled, but no travel. And a foul called later. Annabelle Bond is getting worked on by the Watford City bench. So So she is out of the lineup right now for Watford City. A 4-point lead for the Wolves. Annabelle Bond getting looked at by the trainer as Watford City goes to work with the 4-point lead. Jacobson. Hand off to Shoemaker, who drives, kicks to Hannah. 3-pointer, too strong. Rebound cut by Ava Jungers. Being guarded tightly in the backcourt. And that pass does get through. Hazen has it stolen away by Salil Shoemaker. 10th Hazen turnover. Back and forth we go. Jacobson drives and is fouled. Blocking foul called against Hazen. That goes on Emily Keller.
That's her first personal foul. 2 team fouls on the Bison.
Her first foul, neither team anywhere near the bonus in the second quarter. Just 2 fouls against Hazen, only 1 called against Watford City in this second quarter. Jacobson will inbound. She finds Hannah. Out to Wisness to Matson. Oh, her pass was deflected and it results in a turnover as Bailey couldn't get out of the way with it after the quick defensive hands from Lauren Dahl. 7th turnover against the Wolves. Jacobson providing some backcourt pressure on Lauren Dahl, who passes across half court to Van Nuegen. To Jungers, stolen away by Shoemaker. Salil averages 2.5 steals per game. And she's had at least 2, if not 3 already in this first half tonight. And there's a big collision. We play on. No foul. It'll be Hannah who does get fouled, shooting the layup. So again, a lot of contact on there, Ross.
There sure is. Salil Shoemaker really showing how quick-handed she can be down on the defensive end, coming up with a big steal for the Wolves.
Wolves winning the turnover battle right now, 11-7. These will be first free throws of the night for Logan Hannah. She made a cornerstone bank 3 back in the first quarter. 5 points, and she misses free throw number 1. Watford City as a team now 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And Ross, that trend continuing from the first time that these two teams matched up.
I think everybody's just trying to catch their breath right now.
Hannah hits 1 of 2 to put her team up by 5, 24-19. Van Nuegen drives, kicks out to Smith. Isabel Smith with it. Oh, down low, wide open. Keller scores off the glass. Her first 2 of the night, makes it a 3-point game.
Yeah, Watford City just losing track of Keller underneath for the easy layup.
Hannah drives to the right, and a charge is called against Logan. Take a look at that on the RTC Network's instant replay. Second personal, 8th turnover. And that is the 3rd foul of the quarter. Correction, 2nd against Watford City. Hazen has 3. So Hazen with a basketball. Shot clock is dark. Van Nuegen in the corner now, down low. Dahl misses. Rebound Smith. It's good. And that will do it for this first half. Wow.
We got a game.
We sure do. It's a 1-point game after Watford City gets a buzzer beater nearly to end the first quarter. Essentially a buzzer beater for Hazen to end the second quarter. And we will do some sportscaster math and we'll come back with our Nodak Insurance Company halftime show right after this timeout on Game Day Media.
Our lives are made up of moments. From first moments to big moments to everyday moments. At First International Bank and Trust, we support you with local service and checking and savings solutions to help you reach your goals, shape your legacy, and make your moments happen. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first since 1910.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service. Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota. GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Welcome back to Hazen at the Hazen High School Gymnasium here in Hazen, North Dakota. An exciting Division A girls basketball game that we've got going on for you here between the number 4 ranked team in the state, the Hazen Bison, and the visiting Watford City Wolves. Watford City with a 1-point lead at halftime. Recapping this first half, Hazen led with a quick 3-0 lead right away to start the ball game. And then Watford City went on a 12-3 run. They led it 12-6 at that point. Watford City led it 16-12 after 1 quarter of play. In the second quarter, Watford City scored the first 4 points to go ahead 20-12. The teams then traded 3-pointers to make it a 23-15 game, with then Hazen ending that second quarter on an 8-1 run to trim the deficit down to 1. And right now, that's where we are at the break. Watford City 24, Hazen 23, as they play bingo down on the floor here at Hazen. Taking a look at the team and individual stats from the first half. Hazen 7 for 20 from the field for 35%. They made 3 3-pointers. They were 7 of 10 for 70% from the free throw line. They committed 11 turnovers, and they were called for 2 first half fouls. The Watford City Wolves were 10 for 29 from the field for 34%. Watford City making 3 3-pointers, and the Wolves just 1 for 3 from the free throw line for 33%. They committed 8 turnovers, and they were called for 7 first half fouls. Both teams spent 1 timeout, so both with 4 remaining for the second half. And let's take a look at the individual scoring numbers. Interesting individual scoring numbers on both sides here, Ross, as we look at Hazen. Macy Vandenwich at 11 points. She scored all 11 of those points in the first quarter. She did not score in the second quarter. Ava Junkers had 1 point in the first, and then she had 2 more free throws in the second for her 3 points. Lauren Dahl with 3 points and Miranda Mossett with 3 points. Both of those players making a 3-pointer in the second period. And then Emily Keller and Isabel Smith with 2 points each for Hazen, as they got a field goal in the second quarter. So that all adds up to 23 points for Hazen. For Watford City, very balanced scoring. Logan Hanna with 6 and Salil Shoemaker off the bench with 6. And then Annabelle Bond and Bailey Matson with 5 points each. Miley Roan with 2. So very interesting first half there, taking a look at the individual scoring numbers on both teams.
Absolutely. You can see why the Hazen Bison are the number 4 team in the state. They certainly will not go away, and if they do go away, it's not going to be quietly.
Yeah.
They're a scrappy group. They play hard. I look to see Lauren Dahl bring a little bit more offense to the floor in the second half. Watford City did a nice job of containing her, but you can just see her energy, and it's just when she goes off, not if.
Yeah, yep. She's still hustling out there on defense, especially despite not scoring as much as she does in most halves. Just that 1 3-pointer for her in the first half of play, but she makes an impact on both ends of the floor, no doubt. A little bit of foul trouble for Watford City. Logan Hanna, Bailey Matson, and Miley Roan all with 2 personals. Nobody with more than 1 for the Hazen Bison. I think both teams are taking their time in the halftime locker room here this evening, both trying to catch their breath from what was a fast-paced and physical first half. You know, Ross, a lot of times you'll see a game where it's either fast-paced or physical. This first half had both.
It certainly did. Yeah. At times it resembled a lot of street ball out there, frankly.
Yep.
But, you know, the one thing that I enjoy watching about both these teams is they're just gritty teams.
Yes.
And they don't back down. You know, so many times you see the psychology of basketball and one team maybe gets a little intimidated or put off, and that just hasn't been the case. Both these teams very tenacious.
Yes. Yeah, and both teams rising to the challenge of their opponents. They know that these two have found themselves at the top of the Region 4 standings for a reason. They have earned it, both coming out on a long winning streak. Watford City has won 4 in a row. Hazen has won 9 in a row. And it's that tenacious play that has led these teams to each of those winning streaks. And one of those winning streaks will come to an end in 16 minutes of basketball time. But we've still got a long ways to go to figure out who is going to emerge victorious here tonight. Hazen has already emerged from their locker room, and here come the Watford City Wolves back onto the floor, getting an ovation from the Watford City fans across the way that have made the about 2-hour trip from Watford City to Hazen. No better place to be here on a Tuesday night than in the Hazen High School Gymnasium between these two tough Region 4 Division A basketball teams. So that'll do it for our Nodak Insurance Company halftime show. I want to thank Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe, the whole crew there, for sponsoring our halftime show this season on Game Day Media. We're going to step aside. We'll be back. We'll have the third quarter for you here on Game Day Media.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
Welcome back to Hazen High School. Titus Stenberg alongside Ross Sundin tonight. Great to have Brogan Shannon running the camera. Jackson Lee doing all the hard work in the producer's chair here tonight. Great crew, great venue. And Ross, this is our first time here in this Hazen gym bringing a Game Day Media game on the air, and we're having fun tonight, aren't we?
Boy, we are having fun, you know, and what a great place to bring a game from. I mean, when you look across the gym above the stage and you see all of those championship flags that Hazen has raised in this gymnasium going back to 1972.
Yeah.
This is a program that's just rich in sports history.
Yep, they sure are. And of course, this was the venue for the Region 4 girls basketball tournament last year, and Hazen came in as the #1 seed. Dickinson Trinity got the upset victory to pull off that upset and get the win. That was the second of our 3-division system. Last year, or the year before, the girls tournament was played in Beulah, and then this year it'll be in Fort Yates. On the boys' side, this year's tournament is going to be in Dickinson at Dickinson Trinity. They will be the host for the Region 4 Division A boys basketball tournament this year. Of course, Watford City hosted that one last year. Killdeer the year before that. We got some great venues here in Region 4.
You know, and this one of my favorite, frankly, because you can just feel the energy in this gym. It's like an old Class B gymnasium.
Yep.
You've got a lot of Hazen fans here. You've got a good traveling Watford City fan base. It really sets the stage.
Yeah, I'm glad the weather cleared up and the roads cleared up. It was a little bit wintry this morning. Lots of fog in the air. I know there was some moisture on some of the roads in western North Dakota, but when the sun came out and a little bit of a breeze helped blow the fog away, and It's a nice drive over here this afternoon. Should be a nice drive back home for all the Watford City fans. As the Wolves have emerged from their halftime huddle first, they got their original starting five back on the floor as we get ready for the Northern States Fishing Tools start of quarter number 3. Bond, Jacobson, Roan, Hanna, and Matson. And Hazen has their original starting five out there as well. Mossett, Vanenwagen, Dahl, Jungers, and Keller.
Well, we'll find out who's got what left in the tank.
Absolutely. It'll be Hazen basketball to start quarter number 3 as Hazen tries to retake the lead. They haven't held the lead since early in the first quarter, and Matson gets a block on the first defensive possession of this third quarter. She blocks Macy Vanenwagen. Here come the Wolves the other way. Annabelle Bond on the right side to Miley Roan.
Hazen wisely attacking Bailey Matson, trying to get her into foul trouble, I'm sure.
Matson, long range 3, swish! What a way to start the third quarter for Bailey Matson as she gets the block on defense. The Cornerstone Bank three-pointer on the other end to put her team up by 4. And they're going to call a foul against Harley Jacobson, going for the steal in the full court defense.
Well, Bailey Matson, a good senior leader. She knows what's at stake here.
Yes, she has played in this rivalry now since we switched to 3 divisions. This has turned out to be one of the best rivalries in Region 4. Dickinson Trinity, Shiloh Christian, a couple other really good teams as Hazen tries a 3, tipped away. Dahl scores on the putback.
Lauren Dahl, just a nose for the ball. Good offensive rebound and putback.
She gets her team back to within 2 on your NCC scoreboard. It's Watford City 27, Hazen 25. Roan gets the pass as Jungers fell down and she misses the shot. Jungers gets the rebound, and these Wolves providing some full court pressure defense. Dahl unfazed, able to bring it up the floor. Now she's got it in the half court, shooting over the top of the defense, missed everything. Rebound by Mossett, reverse layup, no. Mossett grabs the rebound, sticks with it, gets it out to Jungers, who hits the short floater. 5 points for Jungers, and we are all tied up 27-27.
Great hustle play by Jungers to get the putback.
Bond handing it off to Jacobson. Harley drives, left-handed shot, off the glass, no. Rebound, Roan up, yes.
Miley Roan making her presence known underneath early.
She's got 4, puts the Wolves back ahead 29-27. Ending a 4-0 run by Hazen. Vanenwagen.
I know that Hazen has a lot of talent coming up, but they're really going to miss Lauren Dahl when she graduates.
Yeah, they still have one more year with her after this year. She misses that one. So many of these Hazen players are still juniors. As Matson, an offensive foul called against Miley Roan, setting that screen. And take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Yeah, looks like Miley probably leaned into that one a little bit. And that one hurts. That's Roan's 3rd personal, 9th turnover against the Wolves, 2nd foul of the quarter. And an official's timeout as Jungers ties her right shoe with 5:28 still to go in this 3rd quarter. Watford City has led by as many as 8. Hazen has led by as many as 3. Jungers from the high post, hands it off to Dahl, 3, short, rebound Shoemaker. Salil always wants to run. She gets it across the timeline and bumped by Keller right in front of the Watford City bench. And that will be Emily Keller's 3rd personal foul.
So both teams with 2 players with 3 fouls.
As Bond gets the inbounds pass, going to work against Keller. She finds Wisness, lobs it into Shoemaker. 1 dribble, turnaround, jumper in the lane. No! Hit the back iron twice, and Dahl claims the rebound. Up ahead to Vanenwagen. AC, guarded by Wisness. Handoff to Jungers into the corner for Mossett. Long range 2, swish! Mossett has hit a couple of long-range jumpers. She made a three-pointer in the second quarter, hits that long-range 2. She averages 4.4 points per game. She's got 5. That's a big one to tie it up. Lob pass from Hannah into Shoemaker. A little bit too far under the basket. Then it'll go out of bounds over to Hazen.
You know, earlier tonight I was talking to Coach Dwyer about who was going to step up for Hazen, and Mossett's name came up quite a lot in that conversation. She certainly is capable.
Isabel Smith and Brielle Selsley, a couple of sophomores, checking into the lineup for Hazen. Oh, that was a miscommunication there as Hazen turns it over. Shoemaker gets the short jumper to fall. Salil has 8 points off the bench tonight for the Wolves.
She is so effective with that mid-range jumper.
Selsley thought about the long range 2. Instead, it'll be Jungers taking it, missing it, rebound tipped. It comes back to Jungers. Shoemaker gets the steal in a tough spot, able to pass it out to Matson, and Watford City will take a timeout. The hustling continues here for both teams as Watford City gets the steal and preserves the possession with the timeout. We will take it as well. 3:48 left to go in the third quarter. Wolves up by 2. We got a great one here tonight in Hazen.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Ranchers, circle March 4th on your calendar. Sorensen Ranch of Grenora will hold their annual bull sale at the Sydney Livestock Market Center in Sydney, Montana. Your source for composite Simmental bulls that are bred for docility, longevity, and fertility. Find them on Facebook at Sorensen Ranch and DV Auction.
Welcome back to Hazen. We want to thank our friends over at the ND Score Feed app. Look at that one that's on your screen right now. Minot 91, Williston 77. High scoring matchup there. Minot, the #1 team in the state, still undefeated. The Williston Coyotes put together a nice season up there as well in Division AA. And you can keep up to date on all those scores there on our ticker. Also, if you haven't done so yet, download that ND Score Feed app. They do a great job of keeping track of the scores from across the state of North Dakota. And if you're going to blink, tournament season is going to be right here. Shoemaker takes the jumper, and she makes it just inside the free throw line. Salil now has 10 points tonight.
Well, when you mentioned Williston, we saw the Coyotes play earlier this year, and they're a solid club.
They certainly are. As I'm going to call a foul on the catch, I believe, as Van Nuwagen was making that catch. We'll see. There is going to be free throws. So it goes against Jacobson. I thought it may have been against Wisnes earlier in the play, but instead it's against Jacobson towards the end of that play. And that'll be Harley's second as Van Nuwagen misses free throw number 1. Interesting the way that Hazen's scoring has been distributed. Macy scored 11 points in the first quarter, has not scored since.
She really stepped up in the first quarter when they needed her.
Makes the second of 2 free throws here. She is now 8 for 12, or her team is 8 for 12 from the free throw line. And Van Nuwagen has attempted the majority of those free throws by the Bison. So they get back to within 3. Here's Matson attacking, missing, rebound Selsley. As Hazen brings it into the front court. 1 possession game, under 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Van Nuwagen guarded by Matson. Passes it to Jungers. Down low, picked off by Shoemaker. Another steal for Salil. Bond, long pass ahead. Ooh, through the hands of Matson. I think Bailey probably was trying to decide if she should take a 3-pointer or make the catch and then drive, and she ended up not being able to bring that catch in.
Reminded me of a wide receiver in football, just thinking about the move they were going to make after they caught the ball rather than concentrating on the catch.
Yep, Miranda Mossett back into the Hazen Bison lineup. Watford City with Hannah, Wisnes, Bond, Jacobson, and Shoemaker playing defense against this talented Bison offense. Van Nuwagen, Smith, Dahl, Jungers, and Mossett on the floor for Hazen. 2:24 to go in the third quarter. Smith makes the catch, misses the shot. Rebound by Salil Shoemaker, and she's off to the races. Salil drives, lost the ball, and it's stolen. Turnover against the Wolves. Stolen right back by Bond. She scores. Steal and score. Annabelle Bond. Wolves up 5.
If you spill your popcorn, you better not bend over to pick it up because you're going to miss something.
I'm barely getting enough time to write down the scoring and the turnovers, the shot attempts that are happening here tonight. There is a lot of action. It has been so much fun bringing this game to you here tonight. Great atmosphere in Hazen as Dahl drives, kicks it to Mossett. Miranda guarded by Jacobson, fires it into Jungers, who misses. Rebound by Logan Hanna. Wolves doing a nice job, and apparently a technical foul has been issued. And I did not see it.
Lauren Dahl, I believe.
Interesting. So Dahl called for the technical. Both teams have now been called for a technical foul. Watford City had too many players on the floor back in the first half. Must have been something that was said as I got caught, Ross. I was looking down at my book. Did Logan make that first free throw?
She did not.
Okay, second one is good. So 1 of 2, just like Hazen splitting a pair of technical free throws back in the first quarter. So it's now 36-30, Watford City. 3 fouls against the Wolves, 2 against the Bison so far in this third quarter. And we're already down to 1 minute and 35 seconds left to go in this third quarter. As of now, neither team in the bonus yet in this quarter, and that foul number will reset as we go to the fourth. Here is Hanna. A high dribble, gets it in the corner to Bond for 3. Off the rim. Rebound, skied for and retrieved by Vandenwagen. And it looks like they're going to call a foul against Wisnes. That will be the 4th foul of the quarter against the Wolves.
Probably a smart foul by Wisnes. Vandenwagen makes the corner. They're on the run.
Yeah, just the first foul against Amelia. So not bad in the individual category. Smith just has that one rim off. Rebound to the Wolves.
Just excellent position by Annabelle Bond to get that rebound.
Yeah, she averages 5 rebounds per game, despite just being 5'5". Pick and roll. Shoemaker makes the catch, misses the layup. Rebound grabbed by Isabel Smith. And travel call in the backcourt against Hazen. Their 15th turnover. Yeah, Smith dragging the pivot foot, as you can see there on the RTC Network's instant replay. So Watford City, you know, it hasn't been dramatic, but they have slowly but surely extended this lead up to 6 in this third quarter.
They certainly have. We have Lauren Dahl checking back in now.
Important stretch here with 46.4 seconds left in the third quarter. Watford City with the basketball and a 6-point lead. Dahl gets the steal. And she gets the layup, steal and score for Lauren Dahl. She got a little burst of energy after resting briefly. That gets it back to a 4-point game. Watford City now with the shot clock turned off. Ross, do you prefer Watford City to hold for the final shot here in this situation?
I think they do.
Matson has it knocked away, but Logan Hanna, right spot, right time. Will drive, shoot. Oh, left it short. Rebound, tipped around back to Matson, who left it short. Rebound. Oh, Roan and Vandenwagen hit the deck simultaneously, and the possession arrow will favor Watford City. So they still have a chance at holding for the final shot. They're down to 11.7 seconds left.
They sure do. You know, I really got to admire Miley Roan. She is not going to back down.
Yeah, playing with 3 fouls as Harley Jacobson looks to get it in. Taking her time. Oh, try to get it into Roan. Good denial defense by Hazen. They take 0.3 seconds off the clock. And Watford City will try it again with Harley inbounding from the Z. And Hazen along the baseline. And a foul called on Dahl. Yeah, she wrapped her arm around Miley there. And that is her second personal. Just the 3rd team foul, so no free throws yet. We're at 11.5. I thought we were at 11.4. But we play on. Inbounds pass to Matson. Bailey out to Hanna from NBA range. No. Long rebound. Run down by Vandenwagen. Hazen has time. 2 seconds. 1. Vandenwagen at the buzzer. Too strong. And we have reached the end of 3 great quarters of basketball. Your NCC scoreboard shows Hazen trailing Watford City 36-32. We'll be back. We'll have your fourth quarter right after this.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action? Heck, yes, that'd be awesome. Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active? Definitely. Want to give back to the student athletes in your community? Obviously, yes. Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Hazen, and welcome into your fourth quarter. It is a good one here this evening from Hazen. Watford City with a 4-point lead as we get ready for this fourth quarter. Wolves leading by as many as 6 in that quarter. Hazen did tie it up at one point. Back and forth we have gone. It's been as big as a 3-point lead for Hazen. Watford City has led by as many as 8, but neither of those happened in the third quarter, as it was in the first quarter when Hazen had their largest lead. It was the second quarter when Watford City had their largest lead. Northern States Fishing Tools brings you this start of the fourth quarter, and what a fourth quarter it's going to be. Ross, we've had a great 3 quarters. Time to buckle up and enjoy this fourth quarter here tonight.
It's going to be a ride.
Dahl gets it to Jungers. Bond with the quick hands and a steal. 16th turnover against Hazen. Annabelle into the front court. 15 seconds gone by in this fourth quarter. Wolves with the defensive stand to start the quarter.
You know, Annabelle Bond really developing into a nice little floor general for the Wolves.
She is. She missed some time in the first half, a little bit of an injury concern, but has not affected her in this second half as she drives to the left and scores off the glass. 9 points for Annabelle.
Well, she could be the X factor for Watford City in this fourth quarter now.
Dahl to Mossett. Started by Wisness, who cuts off the baseline. Mossett tipped by Wisness, gets it back. Now to Jungers, left side to Isabel Smith. The sophomore bounces it in to Keller. Outside to Dahl. This possession taking a long time. The shot clock into single digits. I think it's the first time that has happened here tonight. Smith, long range 2, rattles in, the sophomore.
Real nice shot by Smith.
It's the icebreaker of the fourth quarter for Hazen. They're back to within 4, 38-34. Watford City with the lead and the ball. Roan.
That was a big possession for Hazen there. Cut it within 4.
And now Logan Hanna will earn a trip to the free throw line as she was fouled on that shot attempt. It goes on Miranda Mossett.
Well, Watford City hasn't spent a lot of time at the line tonight, so we'll see what happens.
Hannah makes the first one here. They were 2 of 5 before that one. Now 3 of 6 as a team, as Vanenwagen and Selsley come back in for the Bison. 5-point lead, 39-34.
I think Logan Hanna's been at the line most of the time.
She has, yep. Shoemaker is 0 for 1. Other than that, Hanna has shot all of Watford City's free throw attempts. She split a pair in the second, split a pair in the third, and is now a perfect 2 for 2 in the fourth quarter. And we're going to have a timeout. 6:32 to go in the ball game. Watford City 40, Hazen 34, and we will take a break. We'll be back to Hazen right after this.
Breeding right. This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Ranchers, circle March 4th on your calendar. Sorensen Ranch of Grenora will hold their annual bull sale at the Sydney Livestock Market Center in Sydney, Montana. Your source for composite Simmental bulls that are bred for docility, longevity, and fertility. Find them on Facebook at Sorensen Ranch and DV Auction.
Welcome back to Hazen. Let's thank our live read sponsors one more time. The Wolfpack Booster Club. The strength is in the pack. Check them out on Facebook. Just search Wolfpack Booster Club. The McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum, located on the west side of Watford City, where the pioneering spirit runs strong. Open year-round, Tuesday through Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And WCAG Church, one church, multiple locations. Check us out in Watford City, Fairview, Montana, Belfield, or Kenmare. Service times on your screen there. You can also check us out on social media, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So that timeout taken by Hazen. I have unofficially both teams with 3 timeouts left. Ross, don't take that to the bank, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're at if my scorekeeping has been accurate, and it could play a role down the stretch of this one. Every possession is important. Every foul is important, every timeout is important, and certainly every basket is important.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that was part of the conversation at that last timeout. Tell them, play smart, stay out of foul trouble.
Macy Vanenwagen with the basketball. Throws it to Smith, inside to Selsley. Around into the right corner. Now down low to Selsley. Good positioning, but she passes out of it. And here's Smith with the shot clock running down. Dahl has to force one up there. Good effort, left it short, rebound by Selsley. Dahl almost thought about it, instead gives it to Smith, who will think about it and then try it. Too strong, good box out by Harley Jacobson, and she grabs the rebound for Watford City.
That was just fantastic hustle by Selsley for the Bison.
It was, but they end up not scoring on that possession. Watford City with a ball and a 6-point lead. Bond fakes, drives, blocked, and a foul will be called.
Selsley says, not in my house.
Yeah. And I think the initial block was clean, but where the hand was, but she got her with the body, I believe, and that will be first foul of the game against Brielle Selsley. First free throw good for Annabelle Bond. Annabelle has scored in every quarter tonight for the Wolves. She is up to 10 points.
This is really going to be interesting for Watford City. They gave the game away up in Watford on free throws, 5-15 from the line. We're seeing a little different Wolf tonight.
Second free throw here is short. Now 3 of 4 in the quarter as a team. 5 for 9. Here is Dahl with a layup. Good. Lauren Dahl up to 9 points. Now for Hazen. She gets her Bison back to within 5, 41-36. Go ahead.
Not much anybody could do on that one. Lauren Dahl just real nice breakaway.
Here's Miley Roan with it, passing over to Annabelle Bond. Looks to Harley, keeps her dribble alive. Backs up, attacks, floater, short. Fight for the rebound. Mossett comes out of there with it for Hazen. Vanenwagen looked behind her, then she attacks, and she is fouled.
Oh, that'll be number 4 on Miley Roan.
Take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
That is her 4th personal foul.
So Vanenwagen to the line, 11 points in the first quarter, 1 point since then. It came in quarter number 3. First free throw good, and Ross, it always amazes me how loud Jim can go quiet during a free throw.
Boy, it sure does.
41-37. Second free throw. Perfect. Clutch free throws there from Vanenwagen. She's on all of her scoring in the second half from the free throw line, and gets her team within 3, now 41-38.
Well, Hazen just an excellent free throw shooting team, too.
They are. Bond preserving the possession for the Wolves. Up top to Harley Jacobson, guarded by Lauren Dahl. Picks up her dribble as it poked away, and it is stolen. Oh, Hazen maintains possession. Not a picture-perfect fast break there by the Bison, but they do the main thing and take control of the basketball.
Yeah, I thought on that offensive series, the Wolves looked a little out of sync offensively.
Hazen kind of looks out of sync so far in this possession. Still have a lot of time left, 15 on the shot clock. Dahl looks inside, gets it to Selsley, who couldn't make the catch. And that was a possession that just didn't go according to plan. And yeah, right now I'd say the defenses are having their way with the offenses.
Absolutely. You know, I'm kind of surprised in some respects Hazen going away from the strength of their offense, but I certainly understand them going underneath to Selsley. She's a nice-looking post player down there.
Yeah, she has some height that not many other girls on the floor do. As the Wolves have the pass deflected, Jacobson is going to have touched it last. That will be a turnover. Tough play there, and I think if you're Harley, you're just trying to hustle. I don't think she knew who had touched it last, and It's always hard to make some split-second decisions like that.
Absolutely. I'd take that hustle and turnover any day.
That is for sure. Here's a nice drive by Junger. Oh, and then she lost her footing. And Matson is going to get the rebound ahead to Bond. Wolves with the basketball and a 3-point lead. Hannah for three in the corner off the front rim. Collision in the fight for the rebound. We'll see if we got that on the RTC Network's instant replay. Yeah, I think Selsley may have gotten her with a little bit of an elbow. She's just so much taller than Harley that sometimes there are collisions like that.
Just indicative of how hard these kids are playing out there right now.
Yeah, Selsley's second personal, third team foul. Here is Jacobson lobbing it in a little bit too far for Bond. The turnover bug starting to bite Watford City. They're up to 15. Hazen right now has 17. And Coach Mossett wants a timeout. 3:18 left to go in quarter number 4. Your NCC scoreboard shows Watford City 41, Hazen 38. You're watching Game Day Media.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
Welcome back to Hazen. Ross, if you're in the Watford City huddle during that timeout, what do you think Coach Dwyer's talking about?
I think he's talking to his team about just settling in a little bit, settle down, maintain your composure, run our offense. The turnover bug has bit him a little bit here, and I think that's just because a little bit of the nerves.
And maybe fatigue, who knows, playing against a hard defense. If you're Hazen, what do you think the message was there in that timeout?
We got him where we want him. We've been here before. Hazen's a strong team down the stretch. I'd be nervous if I was Watford City.
They have the basketball at the timeout, but not for long, as the pass from Vanenwagen goes over the head of Jungers. And now that's the 18th turnover against Hazen. And yeah, it seems like both defenses are just dictating the way that this second half, especially this fourth quarter, has been going.
Absolutely. It's not that Hazen is sloppy with the ball. It's just the tenaciousness of Watford City's defense.
And here goes Hannah out to Jacobson. A basket here on this possession would be huge, as the Wolves are having trouble with it. And they were on the verge of turning it over. Hannah able to force the tie-up with Keller, so it does stay on this side of the floor. But there we see it again. The defense providing with just kind of overwhelming the offense. Time the Wolves preserve the possession, but the possession arrow will switch now as soon as it gets inbounded. Watford City with 13 seconds on the shot clock goes to work. Annabelle Bond with the dribble. Over to Jacobson. Down to 5 to Matson. She glances up at the clock. Knows she's going to have to put it up. She does, and it's good. Smart play by Matson, and she gets it to fall.
I think she just caught the corner of that shot clock in her eye and put it up and in.
A senior play there, showing off her awareness, situational awareness there. When sometimes after a jump ball, everything gets reset and you aren't thinking about a shot clock necessarily. As Vanenwagen tries to answer, it spins out, gets her own rebound, out to Dahl. A series of fakes. Now skip pass over to Miranda Mossett. Lobs in. And that has to be a foul or travel. It is a travel, as Jacobson, I think, gets credit for a forced turnover there in a way, as she went high and deflected that pass. And that'll give the ball back to Watford City.
Excellent defensive play by Watford City.
So they're up 5, under 2 minutes to go. Hazen won this match at 48-40. Earlier in the season, Bond got her defender to fall. And now we're going to have another jump ball. This time possession arrow favors Hazen.
The defender fell, and I think it surprised Bond so much she wasn't really certain what to do.
Right. They've been going so hard against a great defense, and then one of the defenders fall down. That's not what's been happening here tonight.
That's right.
That is what happened there. And Hazen with the basketball after a high-scoring fast start to this one. Both defenses have really been having their way in the late stages of this one. Hazen takes another timeout. I believe they are down to 1 with Watford City at 3. It's a 5-point lead for the Wolves. Thanks for joining us tonight on Game Day Media. We'll be right back after this.
Game Day Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through Game Day Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Welcome back to Hazen. My name is Titus Stenberg alongside Ross Sundin and our great crew tonight. Brogan Shannon bringing you all the sights as the cameraman Jackson Lee sitting in the producer's seat. And we are having fun here tonight in Western North Dakota, bringing you this outstanding Division A girls basketball matchup. The 4th-ranked Hazen Bison trying to run their winning streak to 10 wins in a row. Watford City trying to extend their winning streak to 5 wins in a row. Hazen a perfect 10-0 in region play. Watford City 7-1 in Region 4. And it'll be Hazen basketball right now, down by 5.
A lot of time left for Hazen. They're steady from the line. They got a great perimeter game. They have Lauren Dahl.
And she's got the basketball right now. Gets a screen. Thinks about a 3. Doesn't take it. Now gets the ball back with the shot clock down to 10. Another screen. This time she will take the 3. Short. Rebound Bond.
Just a deep 3.
And Bond
maybe
with a clutch rebound. Here comes Annabelle. Driving. Shooting. Left it short. Rebound.
Not a good
taken
shot.
by Jungers. A little bit early probably on that possession, but it'll be a 3-pointer from Vandenwagen. Nothing but that. 17 points for Macy Vandenwagen. It's down to a 2-point game, and Watford City will spend a timeout. 53.2 seconds left, and it is a full timeout, so we will take one brief timeout here on Game Day Media. Wolves up by 2. You're watching Game Day Media.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
.2 seconds remaining. Watford City 43, Hazen 41. Hazen with 3 fouls in the 4th quarter. Watford City only 1, so they can afford to be aggressive on defense in this final minute.
Well, it was a big 3-point there just before the timeout.
Yep. That was
sort of woke up Macy Vandenwagen.
Cutting the deficit from 5 down to 2. Watford City with the basketball. So they're starting 5 on the floor. And Matson inbounds to Hannah. Logan races across the midcourt stripe. Oh, that pass too tall, intended for Bond and out of bounds. 44.9 seconds to go in regulation. You know, we've been having some overtime games on Game Day Media as of late. As Bond tips it away, cannot keep it in bounds, so it'll stay with Hazen. Now some offense for defense substitutions here. Watford City sends in Amelia Wisness with 37.5 seconds left. Miley Roan with 4 fouls. She's done a good job of avoiding that 5th one so far here tonight. Inbound, or the pass works its way down to Mossett, who draws the foul. And Miranda Mossett will have 2 free throws with a chance to tie it up. Matson's 3rd personal, Watford City's 2nd team foul of this 4th quarter. Mossett's free throw switch.
Hazen so steady from the free throw line.
They are now 11 for 15. 14 from the free throw line, according to my sportscaster math. And she had ice in her veins right there. Mossett, the junior, making them both turnover against Annabelle Bond as the travel is called with 31.4 seconds left. The shot clock is turned off, and now it's Hazen basketball.
Yeah, Watford City has to be careful here now. They're starting to lose their composure a little bit.
Now, if you're Hazen, how fast do you put a shot up? Vandenwagen will take it right away, and she scores.
How about 5 seconds?
Yeah. Watford City quickly ahead to Jacobson. Harley back to Matson. Bailey's three is blocked. Harley the offensive rebound. Jacobson puts it up there. No rebound. Vandenwagen. She is fouled with 10.7 seconds left. Bond's first personal of the game. Third team foul. They get it into Vandenwagen. Wolves have to foul here as they're going to try to get up into the bonus. That'll be Bond's second personal. Fourth team foul. And now it will be Jungers to inbound. The next foul will put the Wolves over the foul limit, and there it comes, as that'll send Vandenwagen to the free throw line with 4.1 seconds left. It is Logan Hanna's third personal. And as Ross just mentioned, Hazen, a perfect effort from the free throw line in this fourth quarter. Two of those have come from Vandenwagen, and now if she makes both of these, it'll be a two-possession lead for Hazen. First one, swish. That one was huge. This one is even bigger. If she can make this, it'll be a two-possession game and essentially put the hay in the barn for Hazen. Second one is good. And Watford City will take a timeout with 4.1 seconds left. Hazen can feel it. We're going to keep it right here during this timeout. Make sure we don't miss the final 4.1 seconds down the stretch of this one. We want to thank Shiloh Chavez and LPL Financial for sponsoring the timeouts this year on Game Day Media Watford City. You can visit Shiloh in her office at the Watford City First International Bank and Trust Building on Main Street in Watford City to discuss all of your financial planning and questions. So Watford City with the basketball, but a 4-point deficit puts them in a really difficult position with trying to go the length of the floor. And they just will not have a lot of time to deal with. If you're Hazen, you just have to make sure that you don't foul. That's really the only possible thing that can extend this game is a foul against the Bison, as Hazen will now play defense with 4.1 seconds left and a 4-point lead up on the NCC scoreboard. Shoemaker will inbound for the Wolves. The official explaining to Salil that she can run the baseline here. And Salil thinking about a long inbounds pass. Said it'll go short. It's picked off by Vandenwagen, and that will do it. This one is all over. Oh, a travel. Oh, a travel whistled against Hazen after. So put 1 second back on the clock, and we'll make it final here now. As Hannah will go deep, and that is tipped away, and that will do it. It has gone final. Final score here tonight from Hazen. The Hazen Bison 47, Watford City 43. Stick around. We will have your post-game show brought to you by Johnson & Sundin Law Office right after this time.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service. At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota. Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
Welcome back to Hazen. Welcome into your Johnson & Sundin post-game show. Ross is down on the floor. He's got the victorious head coach, Patty Mossett. Ross, take it away.
Tonight from your junior, Macy Vanderwagen. Tell me about it.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. There's a couple of games we literally just had to put the team on her back and let her carry us. Man, she does great. I mean, and she can do like everything. I round her up to 5'7", but let's be honest, she's probably not that either. And she a lot of times will out-rebound people that are way bigger than her. I'm not sure how many games she's been in double figures in rebounds this year, but it's been a lot. She's pretty incredible. Yeah.
You know, I looked at the clock at about the 1 minute mark, and you were down by just 3, I think, maybe at that time. And I said, I think Hazen has Watford where they want him. You guys are no strangers to coming back toward the tail end of the game. You proved it again tonight. What do you say about your girls?
Well, they are gritty, that is for sure. You know, they're not afraid to get on the floor and fight for the ball. And you know, one of the things I have to credit our subs. You know, we do get them lots of breaks, and so as we get down, if we can play 8, sometimes 9 deep, that helps us in the long run.
You had a really nice game from Selsley underneath tonight, I thought.
Yeah, she's only a sophomore. She's our hope for some height. We got 2 sophomores that are over 5'7", so we're pretty excited about that.
I bet you are. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Macy Vanderwagen, how are you, girl?
I'm good.
That was quite a performance tonight. Can you walk me through that first quarter? You had 11 out of your 12 points. You looked like you were on fire.
Yeah, me and our teammates, we worked really hard coming to that game. We knew that we had to come out in that first quarter super intense, so we had to make sure we ran our offense with each other and move the ball around.
Well, you did a great job. I was really impressed with you in the fourth quarter, too. When you needed a 3, you got a big 3, and then you hit your free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, I've been struggling with my three-pointers lately, so that was super big. Felt really good.
Well, congratulations. You are the first International Bank and Trust player of the game. So congratulations, Macy Vanderwagen.
Thank you.
Back to you, Titus.
All right, thank you very much, Ross Sundin, bringing you the coach's comments brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company, and also your First International Bank and Trust, brought to you by First International Bank and Trust, a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. Well, let's take a look at how this game played out. Hazen held the first lead at 3-0. Watford City went on a 12-3 run to go up by 6. That was their largest lead of the first quarter. They led it 16-12 after one quarter. In the second quarter, Wolves led by as many as 8 at 20-12 and 23-15. But Hazen closed out the second quarter on an 8-1 run to get within 1 at halftime. It was Watford City 24, Hazen 23. In the third quarter, Hazen scored 4 of the first 7 points of that one to tie it up at 27-27. Wolves went up by as many as 6 with a 36-30 lead. Hazen scored the final 2 of that quarter as well to make it a 4-point game. And in the fourth quarter, teams went back and forth, mostly the defenses holding on to the way that fourth quarter was going. Watford City led by as many as 5 down the stretch at 43-38. But Hazen ending the game on a 9-0 run as they tied it up at 43-43 after a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer. Then they finished the game off from the free throw line, going a perfect 6 for 6 in the free throw from the free throw line in that fourth quarter. 2 from Miranda Mossett and a perfect 4 for 4 from our First International Bank and Trust player of the game, Macy Vanenwagen. We'll start the post-game stats. Well, we'll do team stats first, and we'll go into the individual category there. Hazen, 15 of 44 for 34% from the free throw line. They made 4 3-pointers and a 14 of 18 from the free throw line for 78%. 20 turnovers tonight committed by Hazen. For Watford City, the Wolves were 17 of 48 for 35% from the field. They hit 4 3-pointers, same number as Hazen did. And the Wolves were 5 of 9 for 56% from the free throw line. Watford City committing 19 turnovers in the loss. With the win, Hazen is now 16-1 on the season, a perfect 11-0 in Region 4. They will likely be the number 1 seed heading into the region tournament, as that is not that far away. They have now won 10 games in a row. They didn't quite score their season average of 55. They gave up a little more than their season average of 35, but they certainly earned this one here tonight as they went right down to the wire and pull out a 4-point victory over Watford City. The Wolves dropped to 12-5 with the loss, now 7-2 in region play. Both of those region losses have come to these Hazen Bison, and that snaps a 4-game winning streak that the Wolves had heading into this ball game. Now Watford City will have to do their best to try and stay in the number 2 spot in the region with that second region loss. They likely can't afford another one as they try to finish out the regular season strong and earn the number 2 seed heading into the region tournament. But we still have quite a ways to go yet before we finalize seeding for any of the tournaments. Let's look at the individual stats tonight. Macy Vanenwagen, the only Bison in double figures tonight. She finished with 21. She scored 20 of her 21 points in the first quarter and the fourth quarter. 11 in the first, 0 in the second, 1 in the third, and then 9 in the fourth quarter as she leads everybody in scoring tonight with 21. Lauren Dahl finishes with 9, Miranda Mossett 7, Ava Jungers 5, Isabel Smith 4, and Emily Keller with 2 for Hazen's total of 47. Watford City had 3 players with exactly 10 points. Annabelle Bond, Bailey Matson, and Salil Shoemaker. Those girls scored 10 each. Logan Hanna had 9, and Miley Roan had 4 for Watford City's total of 43. As we welcome Ross back upstairs. And Ross, they were a pretty excited bunch of Hazen Bison down on the floor there after another big win.
Boy, they sure were. You know, it's such a wonderful group of young ladies down there. They just played their hearts out tonight. I was impressed with the energy that everybody that hit that floor brought with them. And, you know, when on both sides of the ball, frankly,
Yeah.
you know, Watford City had a lot of energy all night long, too. They just let it slip away in the end. And I think that, you know, we talk about the identity of Hazen being their defense. I think their identity is their composure. They're so good down the stretch.
Yeah. And from the free throw line.
And from the free throw line.
You mentioned it quite a few times throughout the broadcast, and they continue to prove you right.
Yes.
As they went down the stretch. They were 7 of 10 in the first half, and then they finished the second half 7 of 8 from the free throw line, and that's how you close out a win.
Absolutely. Free throws and defense win games. And, you know, I really enjoyed my conversation with Macy Vanenwagen. She's just such a wonderfully nice person. And you could see that kind of exuberance just run through the whole team. I mean, they're just an excited group. They're hungry, and I think they proved tonight that they deserve to be the number 4 team in the state.
Yes, they have only lost one game. That was way back in December, and they have continued this impressive winning streak. Watford City made them work for it tonight. Wolves, they don't have anything to hang their heads about. They gave Hazen everything they could handle in Hazen's home gym, and you know Watford City is hoping that they can get a third chance at Hazen. If they do, it's going to be in a region tournament, likely in a championship game scenario if things shake out the way that they're heading right now.
Absolutely, you know, and let's not mince any words about it. Mental mistakes, that's what cost Watford City down the stretch. They took a shot too early, inside 1 minute left. They just lost their composure, and I'm sure they wish they had that minute back.
Yep, and they just might. They're going to have to earn it, but nothing has been decided for sure. That is the way that basketball goes. You know, you can have an amazing regular season and then catch fire in the postseason, and it can go the other way where you have a great regular season and then stumble in the postseason. So nothing has been decided for sure yet.
Well, I'm sure if we had Patty Mossett up here, she would say that it's difficult to beat the same team 3 times. And so if I'm Watford City, I learned a little bit the first time, I learned a lot the second time, and I'm hungry for that regional tournament.
No doubt. So that will do it for our broadcast here tonight. Thank you for joining us, whether you were near or far. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. We certainly enjoyed bringing it your way. We want to thank all the sponsors who make the broadcast of these games possible on Game Day Media. And we want to thank our great crew tonight. Brogan Shannon on the camera, Jackson Lee in the producer's seat. Great job by both of those young men here this evening in a new location for Game Day Media here at Hazen. And I want to thank my color commentator and sideline reporter. He did all of the steps. He put all the steps in here today once the game got started. That is Ross Sundin with a great job, as always. That'll do it for me. My name is Titus Stenberg, signing off from Hazen, North Dakota. So long, everybody.
Tonight's Game Day Media broadcast was brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, McKenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, Schriefer Red Angus, BNC National Bank, NCC,